Have you ever picked up a slice of cheese thinking it was harmless, only to find out later that it may have been hurting your heart, your bones, and even your brain? Most adults over 60 still eat cheese at least twice a week, but here's the truth almost no one talks about. Some cheeses can silently raise your risk of heart disease, dementia, and stroke, while others can strengthen your bones, protect your heart, and even support healthy aging. In today's video, we'll walk you through 4 cheeses you should add to your plate, and 4 you should completely avoid. If you're over 60, this could be one of the most important food decisions you make. Stick around until the end, because the number 1 worst cheese on this list? It's a common favorite that could increase your stroke risk by up to 80%, and chances are, you've eaten it this week. But let's start with the good news, the cheeses that can help you live stronger, longer, and healthier. Cheese number 4 to eat. Aged Gouda. Aged Gouda isn't just tasty, it's a hidden gem for senior health. When Gouda is aged for at least 12 to 18 months, its proteins break down into smaller fragments called peptides, which are easier for the body to digest. That's crucial for older adults, as digestion tends to slow down with age. But the real magic, vitamin K2, specifically the -7 Malawian Quatches form, which aged Gouda contains in abundance. Vitamin K2 acts like a traffic cop for calcium. It helps direct calcium to your bones and teeth, instead of letting it build up in your arteries, where it can lead to dangerous plaque and increase the risk of heart attacks. In fact, a study from the Netherlands found that adults with the highest K2 intake had 50% less arterial calcification and were 41% less likely to die from heart disease. That's no small benefit. Aged Gouda is also naturally low in lactose, making it easier to tolerate if you're sensitive to dairy. Plus, it's rich in CLA, conjugated linoleic acid, a type of fatty acid linked to better fat metabolism, lower inflammation, and even anti-cancer effects in animal studies. Serving tip: about 1 ounce per day, eaten at room temperature and paired with apple slices or whole grain crackers, can be a delicious and gut-friendly snack. Cheese number 3 to eat. Real Parmesan. Not the powdered stuff in the green can. We're talking about the authentic Italian Parmigiano Reggiano, aged for at least 24 to 36 months. Real Parmesan is one of the most digestible proteins on the planet. Thanks to its long aging process, its proteins are already broken down into amino acids your body can absorb with ease, even if your digestion isn't what it used to be. It's also loaded with calcium, around 330 milligrams per ounce, and it comes with the perfect blend of magnesium and phosphorus, which your bones need to properly absorb and use that calcium. Italian researchers have found that calcium from Parmesan is absorbed nearly 100%, while most supplements only offer about 30% absorption. And it's not just about bones. This cheese contains compounds called casomorphins and tyrosine, which may support better sleep and cognitive function by boosting dopamine and reducing anxiety. Best of all, Parmigiano Reggiano is naturally lactose-free and packed with probiotics that can support your gut and immune system. Serving tip: eat small chunks, not grated, after meals like the Italians do. Try pairing it with a few drops of aged balsamic vinegar. The acidity helps improve mineral absorption. Cheese number 2 to eat. Grass-fed raw cheddar. If you've never tried cheddar made from raw milk, you're missing out on one of the most nutrient-rich cheeses available. Here's why it matters. Raw milk cheddar, aged at least 60 days, retains the natural enzymes that are destroyed during pasteurization. These enzymes help your body digest and utilize nutrients more efficiently. And when the cows are grass-fed, you get up to 5 times more CLA, higher omega-3 fatty acids, and a much better balance of healthy fats. Grass-fed cheddar is also loaded with vitamin A, as retinol, supports your vision and immune function. Vitamin D, critical for bone and muscle health. Vitamin K2, -4 Malawian Quatches, powerful for heart and artery protection. Vitamin E and beta-carotene, antioxidants that slow aging. Even better, raw cheddar is rich in probiotics that support your gut-brain connection, helping reduce inflammation, improve digestion, and possibly even enhance mood. Serving tip: don't cook it. Heating it over 120 degrees Fahrenheit kills the probiotics. Instead, enjoy it at room temperature with fermented veggies like sauerkraut or pickles to create a probiotic-rich combo. Cheese number 1 to eat. Swiss Gruyere. This might be the most powerful cheese you can eat if you're over 60. Authentic Gruyere from Switzerland is made with raw milk from cows that graze on alpine grasses, and that makes all the difference. It contains propionibacteria, which produce a compound called propionic acid. Research shows this compound can help lower inflammation, reduce cholesterol, protect against colon cancer. Gruyere is also one of the richest dietary sources of vitamin B12, and it contains precursors to glutathione, your body's master antioxidant. And here's why that matters. Glutathione helps with detoxification, supports immune function, and protects your cells from damage, all of which become more important as we age. In addition, Gruyere delivers highly absorbable amino acids, minerals like zinc, selenium, and phosphorus, and lactotripeptides, which have been shown to naturally lower blood pressure. Serving tip: gently melt into soups or eat with whole grain bread to boost B vitamin absorption. Now that we've covered the best cheeses to support your heart, bones, and overall health, it's time to take a serious look at the cheeses that might be quietly sabotaging your well-being. These next 4 may seem convenient, delicious, or even nostalgic, but they come with hidden dangers, especially for older adults. Cheese number 4 to avoid: processed cheese slices. Yes, we're talking about those individually wrapped orange slices many people grew up with. They might melt nicely on a burger or sandwich, but what's really inside those slices is anything but simple. These cheeses often contain less than 50% actual cheese. The rest is a mix of emulsifiers like sodium phosphate, preservatives like sorbic acid, artificial colors such as yellow 5 and 6, industrial salts in high concentrations. 2 slices can have more sodium than a bag of salty chips, and it's the kind of sodium, like sodium phosphate, that studies have linked to accelerated aging, kidney strain, higher heart disease risk. Even worse, these slices often contain emulsifiers like polysorbate 80, which research suggests can disrupt the balance of your gut bacteria and lead to something called leaky gut, a condition linked to chronic inflammation, autoimmune diseases, and even depression. Artificial coloring agents have also raised red flags. Some studies show links to hyperactivity in children and possible long-term effects on cognitive function. The real danger here isn't just one ingredient. It's the cumulative effect of so many additives packed into something marketed as a healthy source of calcium. Bottom line, these slices are engineered for shelf life and convenience, not your health. Cheese number 3 to avoid: cheese spreads in jars or tubs. You've seen them, those creamy, spreadable cheeses that don't even need refrigeration until opened. But have you ever wondered how cheese can stay soft and safe without refrigeration for months? The answer lies in a long list of chemical stabilizers, artificial fats, and synthetic preservatives, many of which come with serious health concerns. Most of these spreads contain hydrogenated or interesterified oils, which act like trans fats in the body. Excessive sodium, up to 500 plus mg in just 2 tablespoons. MSG and glutamate-based flavor enhancers. Phthalates, chemicals that can leach from plastic packaging into the cheese. Phthalates are especially troubling. These compounds are known endocrine disruptors, meaning they can interfere with your hormones, possibly affecting metabolism, fertility, and even increasing cancer risk. In fact, a 2017 study by the Environmental Health Perspectives journal found phthalates in nearly all tested cheese-based products, with the highest levels in processed cheese spreads. Also, let's not forget the flavor enhancers like MSG, monosodium glutamate, which may trigger migraines, fatigue, or palpitations in sensitive individuals. These spreads also tend to be low in real dairy, and instead use thickening agents, starches, and artificial ingredients to mimic the texture of cheese, but offer little to no real nutritional value. Your better choice: stick to traditional cheeses made from simple, whole ingredients, and ditch the shelf-stable imposters. Cheese number 2 to avoid: pre-shredded cheese in bags. It's convenient, no doubt, but bagged shredded cheese may carry hidden dangers that could affect your gut, immune system, and long-term health. To keep the shreds from clumping, manufacturers often coat them with anti-caking agents, including cellulose, wood pulp, potato starch, calcium sulfate. These additives can make up 2 to 4% of the total product, And while they're considered safe in small amounts, for sensitive individuals or seniors with digestive issues, they can trigger bloating, discomfort, and reduced nutrient absorption. That's not all. Many pre-shredded cheeses contain natamycin, an antifungal preservative. While generally recognized as safe, natamycin is technically an antibiotic, and frequent exposure might disturb the balance of your gut microbiome, especially if you're already on medications or dealing with compromised digestion. And here's a lesser-known issue. Due to increased surface area and exposure to oxygen, pre-shredded cheese oxidizes faster. This means faster degradation of nutrients, flavor, and potential buildup of histamines, natural compounds that can trigger headaches, rashes, digestive upset, anxiety, and irritability. Histamine sensitivity becomes more common with age, especially for people on certain medications like antihistamines or blood pressure drugs. Better choice? Buy your cheese in blocks and grate it fresh. You'll avoid additives, preserve more nutrients, and enjoy better flavor. Cheese number 1 to avoid: blue cheese. Blue cheese is bold, flavorful, and potentially dangerous, especially if you're over 60 or have certain health conditions. Why? Let's break it down. Blue cheese is made using a mold called Penicillium roqueforti, which creates its distinct blue veins and sharp taste. But this mold also leads to the formation of tyramine, mycotoxins, histamines. Tyramine can cause dangerous spikes in blood pressure, especially in people taking MAO inhibitors for depression or Parkinson's. In extreme cases, this combination can lead to hypertensive crisis, a medical emergency. Histamines, as mentioned earlier, can trigger headaches, anxiety, insomnia, and digestive issues. And blue cheese contains up to 10x more histamines than most aged cheeses. Then there's palmitic acid, a type of saturated fat especially high in blue cheese. Studies show that palmitic acid is more inflammatory than other saturated fats and may contribute to arterial stiffness and cardiovascular decline. 1 ounce of blue cheese can contain over 400 milligrams of sodium, and because the flavor is so strong, most people tend to use more than a single serving, often without realizing it. Worse, spoiled blue cheese is difficult to detect, since the flavor naturally has a sharp, funky profile. This increases the risk of accidental foodborne illness, especially dangerous in older adults. In short, blue cheese offers minimal benefits compared to the risks it carries for seniors, and is best kept off your plate entirely. So there you have it. 4 cheeses that can protect your body as you age, and 4 that may slowly work against you. At age 60 and beyond, every bite matters more. Choosing the right cheese could support your heart, bones, brain, digestion, and even your mood, while the wrong ones can lead to inflammation, high blood pressure, gut imbalance, and worse. Now that you're armed with the facts, we want to hear from you. What's the one cheese you could never give up, even after hearing all this? Have you noticed changes in your body, good or bad, after eating certain cheeses? Drop your answers in the comments below. We read every one. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more senior-focused nutrition and health videos like this one. Stay strong, stay sharp, and choose wisely at the cheese counter.